Hello traders, welcome to another of my match odds analysis video for the upcoming weekend. It's 31st of August and I'm recording this again looking at Premier League first. I have not checked the markets yet, really, so we'll be doing this together. I don't know what's there, what the odds are. We will try to analyze them together and see whether there is something that obviously stands out. Before we start, I just want to say thank you very much for all the comments that you shared, all the views of the videos from last week. I got a lot of positive comments, a lot of questions about the spreadsheets that I'm using. I really appreciate you guys, and always, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. All right, so Premier League. Before I started the recording, I have updated my categories, so we always need to do that. Update the numbers. You know, it's a new weekend. There was a race. You remember my car analogy from last week. So there was a race last week. You have the information about the race. You can review your categories of the teams and check whether that there is something that you can update. Last week we had Liverpool, Newcastle, Tottenham, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa, Burnley on the watch list. Let's see what we will have today. So very quickly, today I'm having Manchester City as number 1, Arsenal and Liverpool at number 2. Number 3, I have a couple of teams at number 3, Brighton, Chelsea, Manchester United, Newcastle and Tottenham. Number 4, Aston Villa, West Ham. Number 5, Wolves, Fulham, Crystal Palace and Brentford. Number 6, Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United, Everton, Burnley, Bournemouth, and number 7, all there by is Luton, the only team with number 7. Right, so what we do, we start with the odds. So we start with the odds and we'll see what the market is telling us. So I'm just pulling out the odds here and I am filling them as we go. So Luton West Ham 448, 179. I know I could have done that before recording this video, but and maybe going forwards I will do, but I want to do this with you guys as we go together. As I said, I haven't checked the odds before, so I don't know what's happening. I'll just type them as they are and analyze them with you. Burnley, Tottenham, where is it? 376. 119, that would be a good price. 190, unfortunately. Chelsea, Nottingham, 138, and Nottingham is 826. By the way, I'm using oddsportal.com for those odds. They are not directly from the exchange, but they are good enough to check if there is something incorrect. Brighton, Newcastle, 256 and 254. You couldn't be more even than that. And then Crystal Palace, Wolves, we have 195. This is interesting, 412. We have Liverpool, Aston Villa, 167, 458. And then Arsenal, Manchester United. That will be a big one, right? For all of you Arsenal and Manchester United fans. 178, 428. Wow. So we will have something to talk about. Let's start from the very top. What is the market telling us? Okay, Manchester City, Fulham, 116, 1663, 1434. Jeez. So 86% for Manchester City to win against Fulham. This is, I just can't get I just can't go against Manchester City here, really, because I mean 116. It's. You may argue that it's a bit low, but for Manchester City, you know, it may not be. So that's a no for me. Laying at 116, nah, against Fulham and their defense, I don't think so. Brighton, Newcastle. So here you can see, right, because the colors really matter, right? So you can see. If for me, Brighton and Newcastle are the same category, and this is, you can see it's category number 3. So I'm expecting a similar odds, right? And this is exactly what the market is telling me. Market is telling me Newcastle equals Brighton, and I'm telling the market beforehand Newcastle is equal to Brighton. So that's a no, right? Because we are in agreement. If you agree with the market, you know, don't put your money there. There's nothing, right? There's just nothing. You need to find those chances, those occurrences where you don't agree with the market, obviously. Okay, West Ham, Luton number 7, West Ham number 4. Yeah, so the market agrees, right? West Ham 2.5 times better than Luton, 55%, 87. I think number 4 playing against number 7. Do you think these odds should be lower? 179. I think this is pretty fair. So that's a no. And it may happen that we'll have all no's here, and there's just, if there's no opportunity, there's no opportunity, right? If one of the better things that the trader can do is, if there is no opportunity, sit on your hands, really. Don't enter the market. If there is no opportunity, there is no, you know, you look at how many games there are left, and it's just one league, right? A lot. So don't do that. Okay, so now West Ham, Luton is okay. Arsenal, Manchester United. So we have number 2 and number 3. This is interesting because, and I want to dig this a little bit deeper. 178 and 4.28. Arsenal 2.4 times better than Manchester United. And you know, I'm not a fan of any of the. I mean, I'm a fan of Premier League. I don't have my favorite team. This is what I wanted to say. So I'm not biased towards any of those teams. But the market is telling me that the chance of Manchester United winning is 23%. Moreover, Manchester United winning or drawing is less than 50%. So let's say, so if Arsenal in its current shape meets Manchester United 100 times, they will win 56 times. Yeah. So Manchester United, if we count Manchester United wins and draws, it will be less than 50 out of 100. So let's see. This one is interesting. What I want to do is have a closer look at the results. Let's look at them together. So why are we missing something? We don't have the team news yet. So obviously we need to wait for that. But, okay, so what happened? Yeah, Arsenal defeated Nottingham Forest 2-1. And, okay, they defeated Crystal Palace 1-0 and they drew with Fulham 2-2. Looking at just those results, would you say that this is a team 2.5 times better than Manchester United? I wouldn't necessarily do that. Manchester United defeated Wolves. They lost with Tottenham, and this is good, right? They played Nottingham Forest as well. They won 3-2. Arsenal played at home, won 2-1. Manchester United played at home, and they won 3-2. Let's have a deeper look. This is interesting, yeah? So, what were the odds, in fact? Okay, 1 second. What were the stats? So United had 67 ball possession against Nottingham Forest, Arsenal 79. However, United had more shots on goal, 9, and Arsenal had 7. So, you know, it's just Arsenal is not 2.5 times better than Manchester United. So this one I am adding to the watch list. Again, I don't know if I will enter this market. It's just adding to the watch list. The game is played on the 3rd of September. Team news are important, and we'll see what happens. But this is definitely on my watch list because this is ridiculous, I think. Crystal Palace Wolves. Okay, so again, here I put those teams in the same category. The market disagrees. The market is telling that Crystal Palace is twice as better as Wolves. And again, with those teams, you'll need to be a little bit careful, right? Because if you're investing, it's better to invest in better teams than in worse teams, right? So it's just that you need to be more careful if you're investing in teams that are a little bit lower in the table. So what's happening? Crystal Palace and Wolves. Crystal Palace 11th, Wolves 15th. Crystal Palace 1-1-1, Wolves 1-0-2. They won with Everton. Everyone won with Everton. They lost with Brighton. They lost with United. Crystal Palace lost with Arsenal, drew with Brentford, and they defeated Sheffield United. Yeah. Is Crystal Palace 2 times better? Probably not. Last season, for example, Crystal Palace won at home 2-1. They lost away 2-0. So again, I will add it to the watch list. If I'm going to trade it, we'll see, but I will have a look at it. I don't think the probability of Crystal Palace beating Wolves is 51%. I think it's a bit lower than that. Liverpool, Aston Villa, 167, 458. So we have Liverpool number 2 and Aston Villa number 4, which I probably agree with. And it is interesting because both teams are on a good run, right? Liverpool at the moment 4th in the table, Aston Villa 7th in the table, but they played different teams, right? Liverpool played Chelsea and Newcastle, Aston Villa played Burnley and Everton, right? They both played Newcastle, in fact, and Liverpool won with Newcastle 2-1, and Aston Villa was demolished by Newcastle 5-1, so there you go. So definitely it has to be in favor of Liverpool. By the way, if you remember that game from last week, that was crazy, right? Liverpool playing 10 against 11 and 81st and 93rd minute, 2 goals scored by Darwin Núñez, yeah? Crazy stuff, and Liverpool winning 2-1. Anyway, yeah, I will leaving this as it is. I think Liverpool is a better team than Aston Villa. This match, or again, getting back to the car analogy, yeah, the race with Newcastle tells you the truth, right? Aston Villa demolished by Newcastle and Liverpool winning with Newcastle. Chelsea, Nottingham, yeah, it's probably okay. Here we have 2 same teams. You can see again the same color. Sheffield United, Everton. The market agrees, right? 1.2. It's essentially saying that these teams are evenly matched. So I do agree. I have them in the same color. Burnley, Tottenham. This is... So it's funny because you remember I had Tottenham against Bournemouth. They were 1.9. They, I think, in the end were a bit more, and they won. Here they are again 1.9 against Burnley. if this was a value, this is again a value. So for me, this is on a watch list. Sorry, did I? Sorry. This is a no, this is a no, and this is a yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, of course. And the last one, Bournemouth against Brentford. So we were expecting, so Brentford number 5, Bournemouth number 6. We were expecting Brentford odds to be lower, and they are lower. They are significantly lower. Checking the standings quickly. Bournemouth 16th in the table, Brentford 9th, but I really don't want to invest in Brentford in this game, I have to say. So I'll leave it as it is. Brentford undefeated, interestingly. Bournemouth didn't win a game. So I'm not touching this one. Right, so again, we have 3 games on the watch list, guys. With match day number 4, it's Manchester United against Arsenal, Crystal Palace against Wolves, and Tottenham against Burnley. We'll see how that goes. And that's it for the Premier League. So good luck with whatever your decisions are and whatever games you decide to trade. And we'll be in touch. Stay green. Bye.